Lunch hour was supposed to be the only peaceful time in the school day. But for Emma Grace, it was war. She sat alone at the far end of the cafeteria, the same corner she always picked, close enough to the exit, far enough from the noise. Emma wasn't invisible. She was just quiet, the kind of girl people didn't understand. She wore soft pastel sweaters, kept her hair in a neat braid, and never talked unless spoken to. But that quiet came with strength no one had bothered to notice until that Friday. Across the cafeteria, a table full of students erupted into laughter. At the center of it was Madison, the queen bee with a cruel streak, flanked by Logan and Blake, the kind of boys who thought torment was a sport. They had been poking at Emma for weeks, snide comments in the hallway, fake tripping her, calling her names she never responded to. But today, they planned more. As Emma took a bite of her sandwich, she felt a sudden tug on her back. Then, R.I.P. Gasps echoed. Time froze. The back of Emma's shirt had been torn open by Logan, and pieces of fabric dangled like a sick trophy in his hands. Blake laughed, slapping his tray, while Madison pulled out her phone, ready to record what she thought would be another humiliating viral moment. Emma stood up slowly, her face turning pale, eyes scanning the cafeteria as dozens of students stared, some in shock, some in silence, none in action. Logan sneered. "What, you gonna cry now, freak?" But Emma didn't cry. She blinked, breathed in deep, and dropped her backpack to the floor. Her voice was calm. "Don't touch me again." Logan laughed. "Or what?" She didn't answer. She moved. In one fluid motion, Emma pivoted, grabbed his wrist, twisted, and dropped him to the ground hard. A thud echoed across the lunchroom. His tray clattered, milk spilled across the floor, and Logan let out a howl of pain as his arm bent awkwardly under Emma's firm grip. Blake stepped forward, yelling, "What the heck?" Emma's eyes didn't flinch. "Come any closer," she warned, "and you'll be next." Blake hesitated. She hadn't screamed, hadn't raised her voice. That's what made it more terrifying. A teacher ran in moments later, having been alerted by the chaos. Students quickly scrambled to explain what had happened. Video footage was already spreading. And while some tried to downplay the bullying, too many witnesses and Emma's torn shirt told the truth. Logan was taken to the nurse. Emma was taken to the principal's office. The next few days were a storm. Emma's parents were called in. At first, they were alarmed. Their daughter, so quiet, so gentle, was suddenly the talk of the school. But as the truth surfaced, their concern turned to quiet pride. Emma explained how she'd been learning self-defense with her older brother, Joshua, ever since middle school. After being bullied once years ago, she had promised herself it wouldn't happen again, but she never imagined she'd have to use it like this. The school launched an investigation. Madison was suspended for encouraging the bullying. Logan and Blake were both expelled. But Emma? She was not punished. The footage showed her defending herself only when provoked and endangered. The quiet girl had drawn the line and done so with dignity and control. A week later, something incredible happened. Emma walked into the cafeteria, not alone this time. Several students, ones who had watched in silence that day, invited her to sit with them. One of them, Rachel, even apologized. "I should have said something. I'm sorry I didn't." Emma smiled. "It's okay. Just don't stay silent next time. For anyone." She wasn't just the quiet girl anymore. She was the girl who stood up. The girl who defended herself with strength and calm. The girl others now looked to. Challenges Emma faced. Isolation and bullying, Emma's silence made her an easy target. Emotional trauma, humiliation in front of the entire school shook her deeply. Misunderstanding. Teachers and peers initially assumed Emma was the problem when she retaliated. Fear of being punished for defending herself. Resolutions. Emma used her self-defense training with wisdom and restraint. The truth surfaced through witnesses and recordings. The school supported Emma after the full story came to light. She inspired others to stand up and look out for one another.